All right, I keep saying Screamfest comes to an end. I think I've said it like 3 times now, but I keep getting sent screeners, so I'm not going to say it this time, even though it probably is. We'll see. So, this is a movie from Thailand that takes place in 1976, I think. It's the 70s, mid 70s. And this is about a girl who's shipped off to this island, which has like kind of like an all girls juvenile kind of detention center of sorts. And there's like this house mother who has like very strict rules, very like anybody a fan of like exploitation films, like Reform School Girls. There's been plenty of these types of movies, but that's the first film that came to mind because that's one I grew up on. And we have our main girl here, and her name's Ing, and she starts getting bullied by this girl named Aim. And there just so happens to be something that Ing brought with her to the island, and you probably shouldn't mess with her. So I'll say that. Now, Thailand or Thai horror is something that, you know, I've watched probably more than most American YouTube reviewers, but I'm no expert in it. I watch a lot of like Southeast Asian horror. So I am pretty familiar with these types of films. And I talk about how, you know, a lot of these are very similar to one another. And while there's definitely similarities with this one, I can say that putting any of that aside, I actually loved this movie. I was very, very engaged throughout. Now, as always, this is a 2+ hour long film. I don't know what it is about, you know, films from this area, whether it's Indonesia or it's Thailand or, you know, whatever. It all seems to be 2+ hours. They just have a different runtime, you know, that is the norm over there. And that's okay. I mean, sometimes it's frustrating because it's like this movie would be better at an hour and a half. But with this one, I didn't really feel the runtime. Do I think that this could have been done in an hour and a half? Sure, but I really enjoyed the hell out of what we got here. So, one little side note, really quick. I did post about it on the channel's community page. So, if you happen to come across it and you saw me complaining about all of the watermarks on the screen, which made it very hard to see, this was that film. We had, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, like, I think it was 6 watermarks. And they were big. They took up a lot of the screen. I'm going to say they took up at least 20% of the screen. I mean, it was a fuck ton of them. And one of the most annoying things is the one, like, the lowest one, except for the one down here in the corner, but, like, the one under the one in the direct center, which was my email address, the one below that said, like, do not duplicate it, and it was in white. The subtitles were in white, and they were laying right over them. So every time the subtitles would come up, I'd be like just straining a little bit to read them. I never had any true issue where I was like, what did that say? I didn't get it fast enough. I did get all of the words, but it was a bit of a struggle. I kind of got used to it, but I'll tell you, man, this is definitely one I would like to watch again without all that shit on the screen. Because there's definitely moments in this where, like, the creature was on the screen. Because, yeah, this is like a haunted thing, of course. With Thai movies, it's almost always some supernatural force. So there was an entity in this which had a really creepy, cool look to it. I really liked that. And, yeah, you know, this thing would be on screen, and it would have, like, bars over it, basically, from the words. And I was, like, trying to strain to see it a bit, and I was like, that looks like it would be really cool looking. So that is a huge downside to have seen a screener to this. Now, I can't even find this title on IMDb, which IMDb is owned by Amazon. And this is an Amazon film. Now, on Letterboxd, it says that on the poster that came with it, on Letterboxd, it says this is going to be released October 23rd. I would assume 2025, right? That's like in a week, right? That's like in a week and a half. That is super soon. It's an Amazon film. It says it's going to be on Amazon Prime on the 23rd, but it's not even on IMDb yet. I don't know, man. I would take that with a tremendous grain of salt. I hope that's true. That'd be crazy for them to just kind of drop it out of nowhere. But even if you go to the director's credits, like I went to his credits and I looked, and there's no listing of it on his name. It's kind of wild. It is on Letterboxd, but it ain't on IMDb, which I found to be really very surprising. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, man, lots of cool things here. Number one, very invested in the story, man. If there's anything that gets my blood boiling, if I want anyone dead in a movie, like, it's typically a couple things. And the one that gets me the most is bullying. I can't stand it. You guys have heard me talk about it a million times. When I see bullying in a movie, especially like incessant bullying, and seemingly for no reason, there's always no reason, but for like, I just don't like you. Like, I've just picked you and I'm upset with you and there's nothing you can do right, and I'm going to take out all my anger and all my frustration on you. And one of these characters is that character. That character you just want to choke the life out of. As somebody who was bullied, I can't stand it. I can't stand it, and it drives me absolutely insane. And as long as, you know, there's a good payoff to that, I will be happy. And oh boy, is there a solid payoff to this movie. I thought the ending of this was awesome. I was really, really nervous multiple times that they were going to be like doing an ending I didn't want. And I was like, no, I had my arms crossed. I was like, man, I was so into this movie. I'm going to be so pissed right now. When those credits rolled, man, I was cheering. I was elated. So very, very happy conclusion. Very frustrating watch, but in a good way, where you're like, oh, you little bitch. Oh, you're going to fucking get it. And it's not just one person. There's multiple people bullying. So you're just like, oh, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. And you're waiting and you're biding your time, and the story's unfolding, and there's creepy shit happening. There is one big dream fake out sequence that I found a bit annoying, but I got over it. There's actually some pretty fucking gnarly, like, kills and aftermath kills, mostly aftermath stuff, but they're pretty gnarly. So that was cool. And yeah, man, there's definitely a lot of tragic elements of this movie for sure. And yeah, I mean, I can't say too much more without spoilers, but yeah, I really liked this one. This one I requested very late because it was the last one added to Screamfest. So I didn't even request this until a few days ago, and they got back to me yesterday. I really wish that there wouldn't have been so much shit on the screen, and I really wish that I hadn't been distracted from this film like 10 fucking times. Like, this took me like literally at least 8 times to finish. I would watch 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, but even that didn't break up my enjoyment of the film. And sometimes that can really tamper with your experience. You're meant to watch films from beginning to end. That is how they are created. There is a flow to them. There's an editor and a director that are trying to put together a cohesive experience that's meant to be done all at once. And it's a damn shame that it got broken up, that I could barely see some of the screen, but through all of that, I still ended up really enjoying the shit out of it. So that's a testament, I feel. Now, could it be the opposite way, where it's like, well, you know, maybe if you actually sat down and watched this whole thing in one sitting, it wouldn't have been as impactful? No, I don't see how that's possible. I mean, it's possible, but I just don't see it. I think that this was a hell of a watch for me. I was very pleased because you never know what you're going to get with Asian horror from this region, because I do feel like a lot of it is repetitive, and there's some repetitive elements in here. As I said, I don't want you to think that this is like wholly original Thailand horror, Thai horror. No, it isn't. But I think what they're doing here, they're doing really well. And I was very invested in our characters. I really felt for our main Ing. I was like, this poor girl, man. And then things kind of go a certain way, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. Are they trying to do this? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna buy into that. Fuck that. I'm not gonna forget. I'm not, you know. So yeah, no. Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up is anybody who's into like Thai horror, Indonesian horror. Um, Check this shit out for sure. I know I covered a decent amount on here. I need to get back to the ones I've missed from this year. There's quite a few, to say the least. I can't watch them all, but I have a backlog of probably 20 um, Indonesian, Thai, and what's the other fucking country I'm missing right now? I'm totally forgetting another country that I watch a ton of. Taiwan sometimes. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing another one, but regardless, I watch a good amount of these, and I try to give them all chances. And a lot of the times I'm kind of like whatever. I'm usually like ho hum on them, but not this one. So definitely check it out. Hopefully it releases October 23rd. I'm really hoping that it hits that date, that it surprises me. It just shows up on Prime on the 23rd. That would be badass, because that's so soon. And I would like to rewatch it. I'd actually show it to Kaylee, and try to actually see the fucking movie this time. That'd be nice. So let me know if you watch it. Really cool one coming out of Screamfest and Host. I mean, this title has been used quite a few times, so it's kind of hard to find on anything, because you have so many movies that are Host or Hosts or The Host, or right. There's so many Host movies. So, but yeah. Anyways, all right. Enough rambling. Let me know if you watch it. It's pretty badass. Adios.